Many black folks tried to impress me and make me feel happy by giving me some lies about black people history. And I mean, black people are black people, what black people are. I mean, nobody has to lie to me to make me feel good. And some of the lies they come up to me with are, we're the original Jews. Black people are the original Jews. Another one to say that black people ruled Europe from 1711 to 1780-ish. And next one to say Musa, and white people are also joining this crap. Musa was the richest man ever on the planet. And he was from Mali and he had a whole bunch of gold. Listen to this stupid story. He was from Mali, he had a whole bunch of gold, and he used to go to Mecca on a pilgrimage and he take all his gold with him. I mean, you can't take gold on a journey like that. I mean, you can go through territories that people could, rob you, and even some of your soldiers can defect with a whole bunch of gold, and you have a problem. Um, Also, they say that if you go up and you meet some people standing, you hand out gold to them. But yet, the people that mining the gold in those inhumane conditions in a small hole down in water and it's so hot, if any one of them should take a little bit of gold and hide it, he would kill them. So how are you going to kill the people that mining the gold for you and you're giving it away to strangers that sound like black folks maybe, but it's stupid. And another thing, around the 1500s when they said that Mosa was existing, that time Europe had already started to expand and move around the world and looking for gold. They went down to my country looking for El Dorado, the city of gold. And Musa is right up in Mali and they can go and take his gold. I mean, this thing's so dumb, it ain't funny. So they try to make me feel like, oh, I mean, look, I'll say that in my conclusion. Then there's dumb stuff here about black people rule Europe from 1711. Yeah, the Moors had gone into Spain, southern Spain, and did some stuff. I guess after a while, the people allowed them to be there as citizens. They might have fought a little bit and leave them alone. And they did things, create some architecture and some other things, but they weren't controlling Europe because in those days, just after Rome fell in 476, Germanic peoples were there. You had the Huns coming through. You had all these people, the Norman and the all these other Europeans coming out with boats and so on. They would have gone and smashed that place. But they have some architecture and some literature that suggests that they had a high time in history, right? And I explain that later. And finally, but we blacks are the real Jews. Look, after the Jewish people were dispersed several times around the world, the communities that they live in, eventually they got absorbed. The local marrying and they marry wrong and they marry wrong and then they just look like the national people over there. In other words, like if the Jews came to Africa, they're marrying and then the Jew will look black. They're going to China, they're going to marry and they look Chinese. They're going to Europe, they're going to marry and they look Europeans. Now, they are still the Jews, probably by blood or whatever, but they're saying that we're the real Jews. And that is true also because at least those of us who accepted Jesus, it's clear that in the scripture that he has grafted us in and we are the true sons of Abraham. We have joined in with the Jewish people who accept Jesus and we all are considered as Jews. But as far as genetic Jews, we're not. Black people, we are the descendants of Ham. And the Jews are the descendants of one of Abraham, Noah's other sons. So, I mean, we hear that Africa or Egypt dominated the world and started civilization, but yet also you know want to come and be Jews, and the Jewish history is shorter than Egyptian history, and they're just shortchanging us. So I guess as white people send this kind of dumb stuff out, so black people gonna start not understanding that we are the true pioneers and we started the world off and we taught Europe all that it knows. Um, so what happened is that after the Ottoman Empire and other revolutions, that Middle Eastern people went in and took over Egypt, and then the British came and said, "Well, okay, this is Egypt up here," but Egypt, according to the Bible, was way up to Ethiopia, and it took over all that land over there. So Mali probably also was a part of Egypt, and when it was a part of Egypt, yes, they might have had some riches because they had this big Egyptian army that could defend off everybody else. But after the Babylonians beat Egypt and the Medes and the Persians came on and beat up the whole area too. You couldn't talk in that kind of talk, but you got riches and you got all this stuff. They'll come and take it, right? That's what the superpowers were doing. And so no lie is going to make me feel happy. Tell me the truth. I know that we were the Egyptians. We started civilizations. We turned our back on God, and God destroyed us and make us looking like how the backward in Africa there, they're eating one another and fighting amongst one another. The one gets smart. That's what happened to us because we rejected God. And the same thing happened to the white folks because they're rejecting God hands down, in mass. So this is what we need to tell the white folks, man. Listen, bro, all the stuff you try, we tried that already and it don't work. We end up in some serious problems, bro. Accept Jesus and humble and go forward with God's program. All right? So I don't believe none of these tales that these tell us about black, that we are the true Jews and that black people rule Europe from 711 to whatever, and Mali with King Musa. Musa was the richest man in the world and taking a whole bunch of gold up to Mecca and pilgrimage. All that's just old talk, man. I don't believe none of that.